Cold Purgatory. Prologue. Long days I had remained within me house, the Untere Spaniel, where I have lived for more than 20 years. Gone were the guests who'd come to visit me at Christmas time and New Year's Eve. Dreaming, I stood alone and looked out late upon the chilly lane beneath me windows. There I spied a man, who stood there and looked up at me, it seemed, framed as I was in the dim-lighted casement. I did not recognise the shadowy figure. At first I thought him but a passer-by. Yet each time that I looked out on the lane, he seemed to pace, impatient, up and down, and raised his eyes to mine repeatedly. Who can this be who wants to speak to me, the only Irishman in the old town? Is it a stranger looking for a stranger? Is it an Irishman who seeks his kind? Why has he come to me this very night? It was Epiphany, with 3 kings coming, who followed that bright star to Bethlehem, the 5th of January, this new year. 'Twas then the answer came to me unbidden. "'Tis Harry Clarke, my distant predecessor, who died in Chur, the city where I live." 'Twas 1931, old Christmas Eve, when Harry Clarke departed from Davos, an ailing man that hoped to travel onwards. But he died here upon Epiphany Day. They buried him, but where he lies today in this cold city is a mystery. I'd read of him, his life and death just then. For long I'd lived in Coire, heard naught of him. Now looked I on that slim dark silhouette down in the lane, aroused myself and went to meet him in the lane before me door. "'Tis Harry Clarke," I cried. He smiled and nodded, as he came to the old street lamp's strong light. "It's given light to our house this many a year." "What brings you here to me this night in Chur?" He spoke. "The day is January 5th. Tomorrow is the day I died in Chur. Since then I've wandered restless through the lanes and streets of this old town throughout the year, but most of all this eve of 3 Kings' Day. Tonight, seek you the Star of Bethlehem? Alas, I seek eternal rest no more. For here I can have no abiding city, and I'm denied the place where I should lie. To be a lonely and forgotten ghost weighs heavily upon me on the night when Caspar, Balthazar, and Melchior wandered through the unknown Holy Land, not knowing if they'd ever find the Christ child. And yet an evening star shone bright above and showed the place where they would find their goal. I wish I had a guiding star that could prepare the way ahead, make straight the road, and lead me to my goal, eternal peace. It just needs someone who well knows his way through Chur's snow-covered maze. If this is one from Dublin town, all to the better." Epiphany Eve. Bitter chill it is. Yet you wish a compatriot to follow and keep you company on your strange journey through time and place. And I will not refuse you this service, now I know about your fate. Look up. The full moon in the wintry sky shall guide our steps, and as we walk along, you'll tell me, and I'll tell you all I know about the stations of your Calvary. We'll pass these stations, think upon them all, and thus perhaps we'll find the true solution to free you from this icy purgatory, this endless freezing winter in the Alps, that you may mount the clouds to paradise and find that warmth at last which your soul longs for. Good then, he said, I'll take you for my guide. You know the city better than I do. We'll take the hill of the Zuswinkelgasse and mount stone steps to pass under the gate, and enter thus upon the episcopal court, where bishops of this diocese reside, and up to the cathedral of Our Lady. Behind that church there is a cemetery, where you at first were buried, as 'twas fit, although you found there no eternal rest. And as we now begin this ghastly tour, we shall recall the past ill-fated day that brought you here 100 years ago, to die and to be buried more than once.